Welcome back for another of the DK mythology books. I have covered the Celtic and Norse, and now here we are with Greek. So I will insert the picture over here, but I listened to the audiobook of this one, and what's weird is it's listed as DK, but like also there's an author on the cover, so I'm gonna put the author's name, but if you go to look this up like on Libby where I listened to it, it doesn't list the author's name. It's under DK, the publishing house. Kind of weird. So as the title would suggest, this is all about some of the more highlighted Greek myths that you would expect. We've got not Hercules, it's the other pronunciation that I just never remember. It's like Heracles or something like that, but I can't not hear it from the Disney version that I know they mispronounced, but listen, I can't hear it the other way. And it's also got like Hades and Percy and like the start. It even has Hestia in here. Like it's got pretty much all of like the major ones you would expect. I'm sure those of you who have dived deep into Greek myths, you're going to be devastated that they don't have some random one you expect. And of course, this is aimed for kids, so they're very toned down. It's like there's a lot of fell in love at first sight where you're like, I don't think that's the words I would use for that, but okay. A lot less, they child friendly to that one quite a bit. There's a lot that you're just looking at it going, and even then sometimes they still can't hide it too much, and it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those, you listen to the myths and you're like, wow, women just progressively never have had rights halfway. It's just like, oh, and then she's just married off. And it's like, what did she have to say about that? Okay, sure. Still, I gave it a 4 out of 5. As far as myths go, this series has been pretty good on at least introducing them. Of course, they're changed a little bit. They pick one narrative and run with it, and then it is also toned down for kids. So you're not gonna see the true horrors that is like Zeus and the things he does. And, you know, it did ironically still include that Hades kidnapped Persephone, but I don't know, that's one of those where it's like, that's weird to include, but Zeus just falls in love. That's what he's feeling. Okay, sure. And just miraculously, like, goddesses or women or whatever will just somehow become pregnant after this god appears. So weird how that happens. Like, it's the most walking around the bush for some of the things, because the Greeks are just like, if we're being really honest, they're a lot of horn dogs. Where the Norse are pretty violent, the Greeks are horns. Like, they're just wanting all of the things, and the Norse are like, let's kill the things. Like, but even then, I mean, honestly, all of them are pretty graphic if you look at it at all, but generally, you think of the Greeks, you're gonna think of that. It's mostly sex, and then you think of the Norse, and it's mostly violence, because Vikings, right? And the Celts are a little bit more, I don't know, I always picture them as like the Druid Grove of just like meandering through a forest and whatever. But obviously they also have really horrific things. Like, it all just exists. All mythology is kind of the same at the end of the day. But these do a very good job of telling the stories and making a somewhat coherent storyline-ish. I did do the audiobook of this one, and I'm gonna be so for real, I don't know that I would recommend the audiobook. Not that the narrator's bad or anything, but like, like I've read the other books, so I knew what to expect. But like, the pages dedicated to the deities kind of get a little redundant, and you're like, wait, but we just talked about that? Like, not even 5 pages ago. And in the book, you're like, oh, okay, this is like a standout page to like remind you and introduce characters or whatever. And then at the back, it's just a whole lot of kind of reference pages of where are the places, who are the players, all of that. But listening to it, wow, that got boring fast. Like, it's just a lot of like, you're reading a list. Cool. It gets a little old. Like, I don't know how many kids would be reading those pages, to be perfectly honest. Like, would they get bored? If you have kids and you've read these books, do they get bored at that point? I feel like they're going to. Like, I don't know how much they're gonna want the whole backstory unless it becomes their hyperfixation, but still, overall, these books are really good if you have kids like late elementary age, I would assume. Again, I don't have kids, but that's roughly where I would put this at, is like maybe 5th or 6th graders. So like 10-ish year olds to read through this, because it does have not like huge words, but definitely bigger words than like little kids could handle, and also the topics are sometimes a little more graphic than for what like little kids should probably be doing. But I think that's kind of where these books are roughly aimed anyways, is somewhere in that ballpark is elementary age. But honestly, if you like the myths anyways, you might enjoy it. It's fun to read the myths that aren't just bogged down in explaining and analyzing and arguing which theory is more right than the other, and it was translated this way and it means this, and it's nice just to have the story. So I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. If you listen to the audiobook, I would love to know your experience listening to it, because again, I feel like listening to the books is quite different. I cannot take specific notes when I do an audiobook. Can't do it, just vibes by the end. Like I can't. I have one that I'm gonna be listening to soon that's a chaos magic book, and like it's just gonna be vibes till I can buy the book, because like I can't take notes as I'm listening to a book. Something about it, my brain just says no. Some people have that magical power, I do not. Same with ebooks. I have been trying to read through this stupid ebook for like months. I have rechecked out the stupid ebook like 6 times. I think I'm just gonna give it up. Like there's just no way it's gonna happen. Like I can't do it. I can't do ebooks. If you can do it, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you can do it. Same with like graphic novels. I just cannot do it. Traditional book, it's all I can do, because the other ones I can't. Some audiobooks I will say I can do, I just can't take notes. But like the psychology books, I love to do that, and like my next one is going to be the Everything is Tuberculosis book. I know I'm gonna be fine with that, but trying to do like witchcraft ones where I need to take notes, like I can't do it. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you want to support me, get access to exclusive stuff. I usually post about 3 to 4 times a week over there. And of course, if you want to buy my books, they're always linked down below. I'm desperately trying to get my 10th book done. But like, oh my god, this audiobook, like I think this is like my biggest problem, but I refuse to do AI. If I did AI, I could have it done today, but I don't want to. I have to do it myself. Because like if I just like plugged it into like some AI generator thingy thing to make it be read, it would be done. It would so be done. But I refuse. I refuse to embrace AI. I hope it dies. Like many of the things that have like popped up as a millennial in technology. I'm just hoping it's one that fades away. That would be nice. Because like I swear, like the Google AI is the stupidest version of Google there's ever been. Have you ever tried to ask Google AI stuff? Oh my god. When you try and search things, it's the stupidest. Like I went to go out to eat over the weekend because we were busy like cleaning out our garage and stuff because it's winter time and I want to be able to park my car in there. And like I asked like what location, because it's Utah. Everything closes on Sundays. So it's like, I know some of them are open on a Sunday. Which location is open on Sunday? This location near you is open these hours on this day. And I'm like, great, that's a lie. That's 100% a lie, because you just told me it was not open in my last search. Thank you. And I also know it's closed. That's why I'm looking up other locations, because it's not open on Sundays. It's only a handful that are open on Sundays. So stupid. And other ones too, like I was like, Vegan Pulse not open today. When do they open? And they're like, oh, they're open at this hours today. And it's like, no, it's not, it's Sunday. AI is the stupidest thing that's ever been made. I'm sorry if the AI overlords have taken over, but like also, y'all were dumb at this time. But like also, odds of that is pretty slim. It's just, you know, oh my god, I hate AI. I hate it. So one day I'll get my audiobook done, because that's not going to be AI. It's going to be me not knowing how to read words that I wrote myself because I just can't read out loud. And then one day it'll be done. And then I have a little bit of a researching break, not having to work on audiobooks or writing, and then a lot of books next year. So anyways, this was very rambly. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for your support on Patreon, for buying my books, all of that jazz. Really does mean the world to me, and for coming along for all of the book talks. And until tomorrow, thank you so much for coming along, and I'll see you all soon.